the Incline Garhammer, one of my absolute favorite abdominal exercises to train the rectus abdominis tissue. Now, one of the biggest principles to understand with abdominal training is we want to understand first where the origin and the insertion of these muscles are. So the origin of the rectus abdominis is at the very, very bottom of the sternum. It's in a position known as the xiphoid process. So if you just remember the bottom of your sternum, that's the first key anchor point to think about. We then want to understand where the abdominals actually attach and insert into, and this is at the base of the pubic bone known as the pubis. So essentially between these two positions here, the more that we lengthen these positions apart, the more we have stretch and the more we have lengthening in that tissue, and the closer we bring these 2 points together, the more shortening and the more contracted we have this muscle group. So one of the key things which can level up your ab training is investing into something like this, an abdominal lumbar pad. The key thing with this one here is when we move into a lengthened position, just as I've shown you before, now we understand the origin and the insertion. We take these 2 points away. One of the big things you'll see is that my ribs are flared and there's a space underneath my lower back. So had I not had something there that mimics that position, I would then have a big space between myself and the bench. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up in a position that feels comfortable. I'm going to anchor my tailbone to the bench, not to the pad. I'm going to lean over that abdominal pad and I'm going to adjust the pad as necessary. So at this point in time here, my tailbone is anchored into the bench, my chest and my shoulders and my back are anchored above the pad. I'm then going to brace myself above, so I'm going to anchor the top of my body. Essentially my goal is to keep my sternum, or that origin point, as fixed and stable as possible. From that position there, I'm slowly but surely going to take my feet off the ground into a position where I have some tension. Now from here, the goal is to keep the hip flexion and the knee flexion angle consistent. So the goal is to not launch with the body. The goal is simply to pull the pubic bone into the sternum. So when I situate myself here, I'm going to exhale and I'm going to curl my tailbone up to the sky. I'm then going to allow that eccentric to lengthen these 2 points apart from one another. And all I'm going to do is repeat that process in very strict fashion. So exhale and inhale. Now typically a tempo for this is going to be a 3-1-1-0. So 1 on the way up, 0 at the top. 3 seconds on the way down, 1, 2, 3, and a slight reset before I repeat the next rep. And that is the Incline Garhammer.